Once upon a time, in the village of Arogun, lived a young seer whose name was ABENI. ABENI helped restless spirits find peace. She was guided by the wisdom of her grandmother Iyasola. When she reunited the ghost of Baba Akim with his estranged daughter and uncovered the truth behind Ngozi's mother, her fame grew wide and far, and the villagers began to respect her powers. But then, she had one problem. His spirit refused to leave. Ejiro was a tormented ghost with unfinished business. At the beginning, Ejiro would linger in ABENI's dreams, whispering fragments of his story. She soon learns of his tragic past, betrayed and murdered by his brother Tunde. During one of the sacred village rituals, ABENI felt something strange. Ejiro's force creeping into her body, her vision blurred, and when she spoke, it wasn't her own voice. The villagers, terrified in horror, looked confused as she convulsed, her voice shifting from hers to that of a man. Terrified and confused, ABENI sought answers. She traveled to the Ofun River, where spirits were known to whisper truths. There she met a mysterious water spirit named Folake, who appeared, her form shimmering in the moonlight. "I can help you," Folake said, her voice as smooth as flowing waters. "I can tell you why this spirit clings to you." Desperate, ABENI agreed without hesitation. "Tell me what I must do." Folake smiled, but there was something unreadable in her expressions. "A seer as strong as you must understand the balance of things," she murmured. "If I give you answers, you must give me something in return." ABENI hesitated and said, "What do you want?" Folake stepped closer, her fingers grazing ABENI's forehead, and said, "For every answer I give, you will lose a memory." ABENI's breath caught. "What kind of memory?" Folake's smile widened, and she said, "That is not for you to choose." ABENI's heart pounded. The weight of her gift had already set her apart from others. Was she willing to lose pieces of herself just to understand what was happening? But when she thought of Ejiro's growing presence, the fear in the villagers' eyes, and the terror of losing control, she knew she had no choice. "I accept," she whispered. Folake nodded, then listened well. Folake told her that Ejiro had been murdered by someone he trusted. Someone still alive, still walking among the people of Arogun. His soul was bound by rage, unable to cross over until he had confronted his killer. The moment ABENI heard this, a sharp pain shot through her skull. She exclaimed, crouching her head as something slipped away. A childhood memory. A moment with Iyasola, where there was laughter by the fire. She tried to hold it, but it was gone. She journeyed back to the village, thinking about what Folake had told her. She wondered if it was true, or if it was all a lie. But then, heading back to the village, she realized that what Folake had told her was true. The presence of Ejiro had grown stronger, and he was no longer just speaking through her, he was taking over. Ejiro's anger led him straight to his killer, Tunde, a respected man in the village. On that fateful evening, during a gathering in the village square, Ejiro finally seizes full control of ABENI's body. Her voice distorts, her eyes darkened, and a chilling stillness fills the air. Tunde! He screamed. Tunde turned, looking at ABENI. He was trembling. ABENI, no, this isn't you. Ejiro, through ABENI, said, no, brother, it is me, Ejiro. Did you think you could escape me forever? Shock rippled through the crowd. Some villagers stepped back, clutching their arms and clutching their charms for protection. Baba Femi, from the distance, watched intently, gripping his staff. Tunde falls to his knees. Ejiro, please. I never meant for things to go that far. Never meant for what? My death? ABENI's hands tightened into fists. You left me to die, Tunde. You pushed me into the hands of those men. Tunde sobs, his body trembling. I was jealous, Ejiro. I was weak. You had everything. Respect, love, a future. And I was nothing. I thought if you were gone, I could finally be seen. But I was so wrong. I was so wrong. For a brief moment, the tension wavered. ABENI's body shakes, as if caught between two forces. But then, Ejiro, through ABENI, furious, screamed, your regrets does not erase my suffering. ABENI's hand lashes out, gripping Tunde's throat. The villagers screamed. And as this happens, Baba Femi stepped forward, raising his staff, and screamed, saying, Spirit of the wronged, hear me. You have spoken your pain, but vengeance is not your part. No, he must suffer as I did, responded Ejiro. And will his suffering bring you peace, or will it chain you here forever? Responded Baba Femi. ABENI's body trembles violently. Tunde choked, gasping for breath. Ejiro, screamed Baba Femi, look beyond your rage. See your mother waiting for you. Do not let your hatred bind you here while peace awaits you. With a powerful chant, he tried to drive Ejiro out, but the spirit refused. He said, I won't go. He must pay. Immediately, Baba Femi chanted louder, and at this point, ABENI felt Ejiro's grip weaken. But as he was forced out, another sharp pain seared through her mind. Another memory vanished. This time, the face of her childhood friend, the feeling of a hand in hers, discussing and playing a game, was removed. And immediately, ABENI felt the hole in her past widen. Her body trembled violently. Then she collapsed. Tunde, still kneeling, sobbed before the villagers. I took his life, he admitted, and now the spirits have come to take their justice. The villagers, who were previously frozen in fear, now murmured amongst themselves. Some looked at Tunde with anger, while others looked at him with pity. Days passed. The village was quiet and calm, and everybody was still trying to recover from the shock of what had happened. ABENI, on the other hand, was exhausted from her ordeal and decided to sort a way to sever her bond with Ejiro for good. She visited Aduni, an old seer who had once possessed the same gift. Aduni said to her, Ejiro is afraid of what awaits him beyond, and that's why he still holds on to her. Adoni performs a powerful ritual to banish Ejiro, but he resists, dragging her into a shared mental realm. There, she relieves his final moments, experiencing his pain, fear and regrets. Then she realized that Ejiro wasn't just angry, but was actually also afraid of what awaits him beyond. When she forgave him, she urged him to find peace. "Do not be afraid," she whispered. "You are not alone, Ejiro." Immediately she said this, a light appeared from the shadow, revealing Ejiro's mother, who had long passed. She stepped forward and opened her arms, asking him to come. With one last look at ABENI, he let go and walked towards his mother. Immediately, ABENI collapsed, tears of joy streaming down her face. "He was gone," she exclaimed. But as she opened her eyes, she realized that something was missing. She looked at her mother and at Baba Femi, who were now present, and felt a strange emptiness. Had Folake taken another memory? What had she lost this time, she asked herself. At dawn, the news of Ejiro's freedom had spread like crossfire round the village. The villagers of Arogun began to whisper of ABENI's strength. Some called her blessed and revered her, while others called her cursed and feared her. But one thing they all knew was that she was unlike anyone else. Baba Femi and Iyashola warned her that the path she was walking was dangerous, and that ABENI must learn control. She nodded, knowing that they were right. But as she walked through the village, she knew that her journey had just begun and was very far from over. Because in the wind, in the shadows, in the rustling of leaves, she could feel it. That the spirits were always watching, and they were not done with her yet.